In today's video, I'm gonna give you a few tips and tricks on making the best Halloween cupcakes for you and your company to enjoy this Halloween. So hello spooky bats and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name's Orphea and I'm a god YouTuber from Belgium. And of course, on top of being a YouTuber, I really love baking. Baking as in making cupcakes, cakes and much more. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for making the best cupcakes at home that are pumpkin spice cupcakes or cinnamon with fruit cupcakes, because those are the two most popular flavors of cupcakes that I have personally already made. I also make regular vanilla and chocolate cupcakes, but those are not really Halloween flavors, so they're not in today's video. First things first, before you actually start making the dough or the batter for your cupcakes, it's important to know what you will be filling them in. I personally have two cupcake trays and I actually used these really cute pumpkins and skeleton papers that are available in stores in Belgium. These actually come from my local Colruyt, which is actually a grocery store. Now you can find all sorts of papers that you can use for your cupcakes to actually decorate them with. If you don't have any fancy papers, just take plain black ones or plain white ones, that will also work. Tip, if you have white ones, you can also draw faces on them if you like, but of course you don't have to. Now, for making the actual cupcakes, the cupcake batter that I make is a very simple batter, and I will put the instructions on screen here for my exact measurements. For the pumpkin spice cupcakes, you will add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Now, I have a homemade pumpkin spice, of which I will put the ingredients here, so you can recreate it if you want. For the fruit cupcakes, which I enjoy to make, I use either 1 apple for an entire batch of cupcakes or 1 pear, but it also depends how much fruit you have. So you cut it up, you peel it, and you cut it into small dices, and then you add cinnamon and a little bit of sugar with it, so it gets mixed together and so that the fruit actually absorbs a little bit of the cinnamon and of the sugar. So you leave the fruit to stand for about 15 to 20 minutes, so do this before you actually start making your batter, and then you mix it in with your vanilla cake batter. And then of course it's time to bake your cupcakes. I will put the baking instructions that I follow here on screen, but of course look at your cupcakes, because especially the fruit ones tend to have a little bit more time in the oven with me, as I sometimes overfill the cups and they just are not fully baked yet. So once you've baked the cupcakes, it is time to put them aside and let them cool down completely. This is one of the things that I did not do for the past few years when actually frosting them, is waiting long enough for the cupcakes to actually cool down. But this is essential, especially if you're using buttercream or whipped cream. It will actually just melt onto your cupcake if they are still too hot. So I would recommend, once the cupcakes are out of the oven, to flip over the tray and to actually remove them from the tray, and then if you can, even put them in the fridge so they can cool down a little bit faster. Now, I usually leave them on the counter for about half an hour and then pop them in the fridge for another 10 to 15 minutes. However, this also depends how much time I have and how much patience I have, which is not always my strong side. So for the frostings I have used for this video today, I actually made a simple buttercream recipe, which I will put here on screen as well as just whipped cream. So whipped cream is just heavy cream with a teeny tiny bit of powdered sugar. Same goes for the buttercream. Buttercream is basically butter and powdered sugar and a little bit of water. And then of course you separate it into multiple bowls so you can start adding food colorants. Now, I did not get the food coloring mixtures as good as I wanted, and I do want to note that here in Belgium we have certain laws and regulations that we need to follow for food coloring, and that also means that I'm not always able to get the brightest colors, but I know in some countries that's not a problem at all, and you will be able to get actual orange, actual vibrant green, and actual black. Now, for the white, I actually just used whipped cream. For the orange that you will see and the green that you will see, this is buttercream. And then the dark stuff that I used to draw is actually just melted chocolate. They used to sell chocolate pens that you could use, but I was unable to find them. And of course, I had to improvise. So do know that these are not my best cupcakes ever, but they were so delicious. And that's in the end what counts. So if you want any tips and tricks on frosting your cupcakes, I'm unfortunately no expert. I just usually, if I do frosting, I just put it in a round and like end it there. So now I actually try to keep it rather flat for the mummies. I even try to just like make lines on it, which wasn't super successful either, but it's only by doing these things that you will get better at it. And the thing is, most people who come to my Halloween parties are just like, they know what the cupcakes taste like and they don't care at all about how they look. And that's the way it should be. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and of course feel free to let me know if you recreate this recipe, how it works for you. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!